Hi, my name is Lynn Clinton, and I'm the Associate Director of Susies Place Child Advocacy Center. First and foremost, I want you to know that this video is to ask you for help. Before I do, though, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and understand why I think Susies Place is important. Before I came to work at Susies Place, I would have told you that I knew a lot about child abuse. I worked for the Department of Correction, so I would have told you that I knew that there were criminals and that people committed crimes against children, and I would have told you that because I watch Law & Order SVU, I'm pretty versed in that area. Then I came to work at Susies Place and had my eyes opened. I had no idea the scope and the volume of child victims that Susies Place dealt with. I had no idea what a true child victim of abuse looked like. After my first week, on my first Friday working at Susies Place, I had decided I couldn't do it anymore. I wasn't prepared to see child victims of crime. The Friday of my first week at Susies Place, a little girl walked into the center. She was probably 5 or 6 years old, and she was as broken and beaten down as anything I could have ever imagined. I had no idea that a kid could look so sad. She had no sparkle of childhood left anymore, and it looked like the weight of the world was on her shoulders. And it was then that I knew I couldn't take it. I had kiddos of my own at home, and I wasn't prepared to see this kind of life for children. So I texted my husband and I said I was quitting. And then the forensic interview ended, and she left the interview room, and it was like a different child. She had the weight of the world off her shoulders. She had the hint of a smile on the corners of her mouth. And I knew at that point that that little girl felt the end of the bad and the beginning of the good for her life. She was able to tell her truth. She was believed. She felt heard and supported. And that's when I knew that I was not going to leave Susies Place that day. And 6 years later, I'm not willing to lose Susies Place today either. And that's why I'm asking you for help. Right now, the world is a scary place, but for some kids, it's even scarier because as they are stuck at home doing their e-learning, unable to go to school or to see extended family members, their homes may not be safe. And that's why Susies Place is so critically important, because whether it's today or a month from now, we need to be there and we need to be able to hear these kids tell their truth and help them end their abuse. But the economy is scary right now, and we don't know if we're going to be able to continue working without your help. So I am asking you if you would be willing to make either a one-time donation or a monthly recurring donation. It can be $1 or as much as you can afford, but I am asking if you will step up and help us to give these kids a voice, because the pandemic is terrifying. But what's happening now behind closed doors is even scarier, and Susies Place needs to be there to give kids a voice. Thank you. Be safe.